Graham, good to see you again. How's the mood after what was a fantastic win on Tuesday night?
Well, I'd hope it was positive, but don't have a go at me. But I've given the players the day off, so I've not seen them yesterday. I'll see them this morning. So I thought he fully deserved the day off. To be fair, just to recharge the batteries, regroup, recharge, refuel. So we've done a good bit of work. Got through a bit of work, DVD analysis, and obviously a training session on Wednesday. I decided to give them Thursday off. I think they've earned it, and we regrouped this morning. But yeah, I hope they come in a positive manner.
On Wednesday night, did you get a chance to watch the draw, and what's your reaction to drawing Brentford at home?
I didn't actually. I went through to Cardiff. Cardiff played Colchester, so I was through at a game, which is sort of the way I live my life, really, to be honest, 24/7. But Alisson, I can't get involved. Look, I've heard all the rumours, the Premier League, Brentford and Romeo Beckham and David Beckham's coming and all this nonsense that goes on. So it's not something I get involved in. I leave that to the romantics. I leave that to the fans and that, and they deserve their night against Premier League opposition, and the Beckhams, the fans will deserve that. But that's not something we'll be thinking about immediately.
Yeah, but in terms of what it means for the club financially and everything as well, potentially a TV pick, I mean, that's huge for this club, as we've seen in recent years, isn't it?
Yeah, look, again, like I say, that's the finances and the TV and all that'll be for probably boardroom level. The fans will get involved with the romance of the cup, but we as players have got to concentrate on the job in hand and on what we're here for, and that's Doncaster, Grant McCann and Doncaster on Saturday. So that's the only game that we will be looking at between now and Saturday, obviously, and then you move on to the next one, because you can't, and I suppose it's an old cliche, but you can't be jumping too far ahead. There's exciting times ahead. I've said that since the day I walked through the front door, but that's it. That's in the future. Our immediate future is Saturday afternoons. We've lost in the league last Saturday, so I'm not going to get carried away with cup football. It's a totally different competition. There was no points available to us the other evening, but it was a really, really good performance. There was a great spirit, both from players, management and from supporters, and that togetherness is something that we have to, as we keep saying, we have to draw upon, and we will need that again on Saturday. Now, my worry going into Saturday is obviously the energy levels, the legs, what we've got left, because we put a lot of work into Tuesday night's game.
Just on that, anybody expecting to be missing, or anybody you hope to get back? Because like you say, it was a gruelling night where Charlton had a lot of possession and made you do a lot of running, didn't they? I
don't think so, Ian. I don't think there's anybody missing. I don't think we've got anybody. There was no immediate after the game. I know James Wade took a crack on an ankle. There was one or two lads. We don't do cramp. Cramp is non-existent in our camp. So there was one or two tired bodies after the game. I know that. But I don't believe there is anybody missing. We won't. There's no change to the injury status. I think Coughlan should be okay as well. He's come through last Saturday. Obviously, he's come off with an injury. He couldn't start the other night, but he was on the bench. So no, I don't believe we have any injuries from Tuesday night.
Just on Doncaster specifically, like yourselves, lost that league opener but bounced back with a really good cup win against high league opposition. What are you expecting from them?
Well, I'd probably expect Doncaster to be up there at the end of the season. I think we all would. Grant and Cliffborn, really good lads, good management team, good coaches. They've got a real good team. One of the players I obviously tried to speak to him. Well, he spoke to me in the summer. Richard Wood, their skipper. So he was going mad to come down and join us, and was badgering me all summer really about coming in. But at that time I had an experienced left-footed centre-half in Mickey Dimitru, so I didn't pursue that. But yeah, Richard Wood and his good lady Jade, great people. I remember Richard from being a kid at Sheffield Wednesday. We've done an awful lot of work, and he went on. I was delighted to see his career. But yeah, he'll come here and he'll have a point to prove, and he'll want to have a raw smile on his face, and I'm sure he'll drop me a text on Saturday night, and I just hope it's an unhappy emoji face he drops me on Saturday night. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing some of their players and the management as well, because they're good people, and I do have a lot of time for them.
It's the first chance we've had to speak to you since Sam Bowen secured a move to Wealdstone. Just give us your thoughts on that one for him.
Yeah, look, I have to be creative, and I have to try and juggle about with the squad and the players and the finances. So I just have to try and free up some finances somewhere along the line. But Sam hasn't played an awful lot for the football club, not before I've got here and while I've been here. So I just felt he was sitting and not contributing. So. I really need them all to be contributing. I really need them all to be at the forefront of my mind when I'm picking a team. So, look, he has to go and play. Now he's not played in 15, 18 months. He's not played regular first team football, and that will hinder Sam long term. So we just felt for his long term benefit of himself, and obviously then trying to juggle about with one or two things in the squad. I agreed to allow him to go. We had an opportunity to go out on loan last year, which he didn't want to take. So I just felt that 12 months, 15 months was long enough without first team football. So yeah, his qualities are not in question, his character's not in question, but I just believe that you have certain DNA, certain qualities that you have to display when you play for this football club. I think the fans demand it, I demand it, and I'm not sure Sam could actually reach those levels. I think he's more technical than physical, but look, it was great to work with him.
Just lastly from me, Graham, in addition to Sam, are you hopeful of any more business being done either in or out in the next week or so?
Well, I don't think we can let any more out, that's being honest. I would like to strengthen. I think we need to strengthen. I think that's apparent. I think we're all in agreement there. So yeah, I would like to do one or two more players if I could. 16, 17 outfield players is not going to get us through 50 at this moment in time. It's 52 games. 17 players, 18 players, that's not going to be sufficient. That's not going to get us through. It's probably not even going to get us through to January. If we look at August alone, we've got 8 games in August. So yes, we need one or two bodies to come in and refresh the squad. And the interesting thing there as well, with the current rules, the current state, shall we say, of the game, we've actually played 37 minutes in 2 games, 37 extra minutes in 2 games. Now, if you take that on a whole, after 4 or 5 games, you're looking at an extra 90 minutes. So every 4 or 5 games we play, you're probably looking at an extra 90 minutes over the course. So when we get to the end of August, you could be looking at 9 games, 9.5 to 10 games. So yes, our squad, our 17-man squad is not going to get us through, and it's not going to be. We're not going to stay healthy. We're not going to steer clear of cards either, because the way the game has gone, the state the game is in, cards are inevitable. So yeah, look, we have to. I think we have to. We have to be able to. We have to bring in 1 or 2 more to relieve the stress and the pressure that's been put upon the 17 fit players.
Thank you, Graham.
Brilliant.
Is there any chance by tomorrow, or is that because I'm sure you and Chris have been working hard? Any chance of additions by tomorrow, or is it actually for tomorrow?
We're active. We're trying. We're on the phone. By some small miracle, yes. If we can, we will. We'll try, and obviously, hence the reason we agreed to Sam going. We do have now a couple of quid to spare. So yeah, we will try, we will be active, but again, I wouldn't be able to sit here and give you a definitive yes or a no, because I would be telling lies either way. But yeah, I am trying to bring an addition in for tomorrow. So that's my plan at this moment in time. Again, I'm probably just waiting on a phone call. I'm probably waiting on a little bit of something to fall our way. But yeah, I am actively trying, and if I can do something in the next 24 hours for the game tomorrow, I will.
Can't go without, I think it was CAV, wasn't it, with registration things in last season. It can. Well,
that's an added. If you bring anything in, you've now got the FAW, the international clearance, and the red tape that we have to go through. Obviously, being a Welsh club, so yeah, highly unlikely. But if I can, I will.
Home form. It is a good start. Well, very good start Tuesday, but the league home form needs to be better, doesn't it?
We haven't played a league home game yet this season. We've played one pre-season friendly at home, which was Cheltenham, which was 1-1, and our first cup game was Charlton. So at this moment in time, we're unbeaten in 2 at home. So I don't know really how to describe our last home game. If I want to look back to the past and go back to last year, our last home game against Crewe, we drew. We really should have won it. So if you want to go 3 games, I don't know how far back you want to go, but our last 3 home games here, if you want to go back to last year with a totally different group of lads, we've gone 3 out of 3 really well, 2 draws and 1 defeat. But now I look at our last game, that was Charlton, that's our last, and that was our first home game this season. So we will be looking to try and win at home. We will be trying to make this place a fortress, and we will be trying to pick up as many points as possible at home.
Doncaster's, what specific challenges are they? I think, well, I was looking at 4-3-3 and...
Well, Grant plays a distinctive system, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 at times. He has got the option of playing 4-4-2 this season with the 2 lads up front. So he's a really good coach. He'll always put together technical teams. They'll try and pass through the zones. They'll try and move the ball. They'll play out from the back. He'll have dynamic players. I always remember Malik Wilkes. He took him to obviously had him at Peterborough and took him to Hull with him. So he'll always try and have pace down the outsides as well. They'll be hard working. They'll be honest. Yes, I'd expect a really technical Doncaster team who will be hurting from last week's home defeat. They'll come here in buoyant mood, obviously, having beat Hull. So yeah, it will be a real tough encounter, and they come here last year and done a job on us. So we won't want that to happen again. We need to be up, we need to be at it, and we need to be in their faces. We need to get close to them, because if we stand off them, they'll play, and they'll pick us apart.
And have you and Joe been talking? You've given yourself formation chats to have now, haven't you, with how they went with the flat 4 on Tuesday night? It changed from the 3-5-2.
Well, yeah, people got caught up with that, the 4, but we just asked the 3 to be solid, the 3 centre halves in Seabury, in Ryan Delaney and in Kyle James. We asked them 3 to be solid, and we gave Will the licence to get up and get down that side of the pitch. Will done a little bit of work, but it was probably, people talked to me about a 4, a 3, or a 4 the other night. It was probably a 6 at times, to be honest, because they pinned us back. They got numbers on the last line, Charlton, and we did have to defend in numbers. We knew that going into the game. So look, formation-wise, system-wise, we had 3 centre halves the other night, but it might have looked like we were defending in a 4, a 5, a 6, and at times a 7 or an 8. So it was, I don't think when you come to games like that, when you surrender the ball and you give the opposition are better technically, I don't think systems come into play. I think it's discipline, and it's maybe shape and structure and organisation. I thought that was very good the other night as well. So no, I don't really. I had 3 centre halves the other night: Josh Seabury, Ryan Delaney, and Kyle Jameson. We maybe used 1 or 2 players differently, but no, there wasn't much to be read into that, really, to be honest.
And what good will it done your young forwards? Well, in particular, I was thinking, because his work ethic has never been in question, has it? But it's had
Will Evans.
Goals, so,
Will Evans has been brilliant. He's a great lad. He honestly is. He's a great lad to work with. I love having him around the place. I bang on to him about improving that quality, improving his goal scoring record, and then when he goes down the side, when he's a left wing back, he goes down the side, I bang on to him about improving his quality on the cross. And so look, we're always banging on to players about improvement. There's lots and lots of growth in Will, and I really enjoy working with him. He is getting better, he is improving. And there's lots of areas of his game that he'll want to work on, but he gives us great options. He can play left of the 3 up top, he can play up front, he can play left wing back, he can play a deeper role if we need it. And you know the type of guy Will Evans is. If I ask Will to go and goal, Will he do that for us? He loves it, and he gives it his all, and that's what I love about him. He's so enthusiastic, and he's so infectious. But the goal the other night, and it was great that our 2 strikers picked up a couple of goals. We had a couple of chances, more than a couple last Saturday, and that would have hurt the lads. I know Will and I know Seb, that would have hurt them last Saturday, not finishing those chances that we created for them, and that's natural. So they would have felt a little bit of a burden coming away from Atkinson last Saturday. And I'm glad that it was lifted off them the other night. And if you look at Seb's record now. Even if you want to look at a home record, he's had 2 home games, 2 goals. If you want to include the Cheltenham pre-season friendly, so yeah, the lads should be brimming with confidence, because the last 3 performances, like I say, I think August is about performances. It's about building, and it's about putting a marker down, getting a place in the team, and then pushing on from there. So if I judge the 3 games that we've played, one being July the 29th, so I can be pulled up on that, the 3 weren't in August technically, but if I judge our last 3 games, Cheltenham, Accrington and Charlton, all of, let's be honest, all League One opponents, because Accrington had spent the last few seasons in there, and I was really pleased. I have to be honest, I was really pleased. I wasn't pleased with the result last week, the outcome, but I was really pleased in the way we went about it, how we played and what we created. Now there was lots and lots to work on, but all 3 games were very different games, and I was really pleased with the 3 sides of our game that we displayed in all 3 games. So that's something to work with, and that's something to build upon.